The sun beat down on Pacific Bay. A perfect day. The kind that draws everyone to the shore, filling the air with the promise of summer. Laughter and waves blended on golden sands. Children built sandcastles, their shouts echoing as they chased each other along the water's edge, carefree and full of life. Surfers glided on turquoise water, carving through the waves with effortless grace, their boards slicing the sea's surface in a dance of freedom. And the city thrived, oblivious to the ocean's secret. Cafes bustled, music drifted from open windows, and the world felt safe, wrapped in routine. High above, Dr. Eris Thorne, marine biologist, stared at seismic readings from the Mariana Trench, violent, ominous. His brow furrowed as the data spiked, a silent alarm only he could hear. He'd seen this pattern in simulations, always a precursor to catastrophe. The numbers told a story of deep unrest, a warning written in the language of the earth. Thorne grabbed the phone, desperate to warn someone, but who would listen on such a beautiful day? The world outside his window seemed too peaceful for panic. Down on the pier, lifeguard Maya scanned the horizon, uneasy. Her trained eyes searched for danger, but all she saw was calm. The seabirds were gone, the air heavy, the water strangely still. Even the wind seemed to pause, as if holding its breath. Her instincts screamed, something was wrong. Years on the water had taught her to trust the silence before a storm. The city's skyscrapers sparkled, people bustled, feeling safe behind concrete and steel. No one suspected the ocean's mood had shifted, but they'd forgotten the sea's power. The ocean, ancient and unpredictable, was never truly tamed. Nature was about to remind them. The balance between land and sea was delicate, and today, it was tipping. Thorne's warnings went unheard as he watched the city below, a tranquil postcard on the brink of disaster. He felt powerless, a lone voice against the coming tide. Maya gripped the railing, watching surfers chase waves, a knot of dread tightening in her stomach. She couldn't shake the feeling that something unseen was approaching. The ocean, ancient and patient, waited to reveal its secret. Its depths hid forces beyond imagination, silent and immense. The city's rhythm continued, unaware. Life moved forward, blind to the gathering threat. The true master was not humanity, but the sea. Its power dwarfed the city's might, waiting for the moment to strike. The day's peace was a fragile illusion, a thin veil over the reality beneath. The ocean was about to shatter it. Shadows crept across the water, hinting at the chaos to come. No one saw the danger rising from the abyss. In the deep, something stirred, ancient and unstoppable. The perfect day was ending. The wave was coming, and nothing would ever be the same. The first sign was subtle. The ocean receded, exposing sand untouched for years. The shoreline stretched farther than anyone could remember, a haunting silence settling over the coast. Stranded fish flapped helplessly, reefs and shipwrecks emerged from the depths, and a confused crowd gathered, unsure whether to marvel or worry. Some wandered onto the exposed seabed, mesmerized by the strange new landscape, their curiosity outweighing caution. Dr. Thorne's monitors confirmed it. A mega tsunami was building, the data flashing urgent warnings he'd hoped never to see. His warnings had been dismissed as paranoia. Now, panic was inevitable as the truth became undeniable. On the pier, Maya recognized the danger instantly, her instincts screaming that something was terribly wrong. She grabbed her megaphone. "Get off the beach! Run! Tsunami!" Her voice cut through the rising panic. Some froze in disbelief, others fled, panic spreading like wildfire as realization dawned. The exposed seafloor revealed more than wrecks, a deep black chasm, uncharted and ominous, splitting the earth open. A low-frequency hum vibrated through the ground, ancient and powerful, as if the earth itself was warning them. The ocean hadn't just retreated, it had opened a door to something unknown, something waiting beneath. Maya's voice cut through chaos, urging people to high ground, her determination unwavering even as fear gripped her. Thorne raced to help, his mind reeling with calculations and dread, desperate to save as many as he could. The city's tranquility shattered as the truth dawned, alarms blaring and people scrambling for safety. The graveyard of the sea was exposed, revealing secrets and tragedies long hidden beneath the waves. The chasm's presence was unnatural, foreboding, a reminder of the ocean's untamed power. The hum grew louder, a warning from the deep, echoing through the sand and water. The crowd's curiosity turned to terror as the enormity of the threat became clear. The city's fate was sealed, its people now at the mercy of the ocean's wrath. The ocean's secret was awake, stirring beneath the surface, ancient and unstoppable. The retreat was the final warning. The wave was imminent, and there was no turning back. The horizon blurred, a dark wall rising, swallowing sky and sun. The ocean, gathered into a monstrous wave, roared toward the city. Panic erupted. People stampeded, the beach a chaos of screams. Sirens wailed too late as the wave crashed ashore. Maya was swept off her feet, clinging to debris as water tore buildings apart. The Ferris wheel vanished in foam, the city's foundations crumbled. The tsunami hit with atomic force. Glass rained from skyscrapers, streets became rivers, subways flooded, power grids failed, entire blocks erased. Pacific Bay, moments ago a beacon of civilization, drowned in chaos. The water's force was absolute, unstoppable. Maya fought to survive, battered by the surge. The city's warning systems were drowned out by nature's fury. There was nowhere to run, only the water's crushing power. The apocalypse had arrived, blue and merciless. The city was transformed in minutes. The wave had claimed Pacific Bay. The floodwaters carried more than debris. They brought something alive. Beneath the surface, a colossal shadow moved. A dorsal fin, massive and menacing. Survivors clung to rooftops, watching in horror as the fin circled. The beast surfaced, a megalodon, prehistoric and hungry. Its jaws opened, rows of serrated teeth revealed. The attack was swift. The water turned red. The megalodon was not just displaced, it was hunting. The city's flooded streets became its feeding ground. Dr. Thorne, trapped in a high-rise, recognized the creature from fossil records. Carcharodon megalodon, the apex predator now unleashed. The seismic activity had been its escape. The tsunami was its doing, the city, its new territory. Survivors realized the disaster was twofold, flood and monster. The beast's roar vibrated through water and bone. Its smashed vehicles hunted relentlessly. Thorne felt awe and terror, science come to life, nightmare made real. The city's ruins were now a hunting ground. The megalodon was the new master. The flood had set it free. The hunt had begun. The city was now a maze of flooded streets and submerged towers, transformed beyond recognition. The megalodon prowled these new canals, hunting with intelligence and cruelty, adapting to its strange new domain. Survivors huddled on rooftops, isolated and terrified, clinging to hope. The beast toyed with its prey, smashing buses and tearing through concrete with terrifying force. Near the library, children and adults trapped on marble steps faced the charging monster, hearts pounding. The shark's power was absolute. No structure could withstand it, not even the strongest walls. Every attack was a display of dominance and raw, unstoppable force. The water was death. Only height offered hope for survival. The city's survivors learned quickly. Stay above, stay hidden, or perish. The megalodon ruled the drowned metropolis. Escape seemed impossible now. Amid chaos and confusion, unexpected heroes emerged. Ordinary people pushed to their absolute limits, discovering courage they never knew they had. Maya, a dedicated lifeguard, commandeered a rescue boat and began saving stranded survivors, risking her own life as she navigated the treacherous, debris-filled streets now swallowed by floodwaters. Meanwhile, Dr. Thorne, a scientist trapped in his office, stayed calm and resourceful. He used a shortwave radio to broadcast urgent warnings and practical advice to anyone who could hear him. Thorne explained the monstrous creature's behavior, predicted its movements, and quickly became the city's strategic mind, guiding others from afar. Jax, a former Navy demolitions expert, watched the devastation from a high-rise, his resolve hardening as he decided to fight back against the terror threatening his city. He gathered technical supplies, not to build a bomb, but to create a makeshift lure, something that could control or distract the monstrous shark's movement. The three connected by radio, Maya rescuing, Thorne analyzing, Jax building, each playing a vital role in the city's survival. They became a team, united by necessity and a shared determination to save as many lives as possible. Maya reported the shark's location, Thorne identified its weaknesses, and Jax prepared his device, each action bringing them closer to a plan. Their voices crackled across the battered city, hope flickering amid the destruction and fear that gripped the streets. Though they had never met in person, these strangers were now the city's last hope, bound together by crisis. The city's fate rested on their courage, ingenuity, and willingness to risk everything for others. The monster was relentless, a force of nature, but so were they. Undaunted and unyielding in the face of terror, the survivors rallied, inspired by the bravery and determination of these unlikely heroes. The fight was not over. The city braced for the next phase of the disaster. The team prepared for a final stand, gathering their strength and resources for what was to come. The city's last hope was in motion, racing against time and the rising tide of danger. The plan was desperate. Jax's device would lure the megalodon into the flooded subway tunnels. Thorne theorized the creature would be drawn to the pressure and sound. Maya, in her small boat, risked everything to place the lure. Survivors watched, hope rising as she paddled toward danger. Jax triggered a burst. The shark took the bait, chasing the lure toward the subway entrance. Maya escaped just as the beast lunged into the tunnel. Jax detonated the main charge, collapsing the entrance and trapping the monster below. The city shook, then fell silent. Cheers erupted from rooftops. The immediate threat was gone. The water would recede. The city was battered but alive. Through teamwork and courage, they had survived the nightmare. The megalodon was sealed away, the city's spirit unbroken. Hope returned to Pacific Bay. The survivors looked to the future, forever changed. Nature's power was undeniable, but so was human resilience. Pacific Bay would rise again.